Hello and welcome back to my weekly live. So today I wanted to talk about 5 exercises that you can do to make a little mini workout that can help you with your horse riding. And I'm going to go through each exercise and explain why it'll be beneficial for you, and then I'll talk about how we can maybe make it a little bit harder or a little bit easier if needs be. Most of these can be done with body weight with the exception of one. You do need some form of weights, but like you can use, it doesn't have to necessarily be a dumbbell. You can use any type of like cans or bottles, and you can make them heavier by having heavier bottles. So that's what I kind of wanted to talk about. And again, this is a workout you can do at home, and it can help you be more stable or feel better with horse riding. So my first two are going to be leg related, one's going to be back related, and the last two are going to be core related. Okay, so first one is really standard exercise. We've probably all seen it before, and that is our squat. So with our squat, we want to be feet shoulder apart. I'm going to sit down as low as we can. You may not be able to go as low as I can. I have quite good mobility. And you just go as low as you can and back up. Okay? If you're finding this hard, you can actually elevate your heels and it'll help you get a deeper squat each time. So the reason I say squat is a good one, because you're going to work your whole legs. Now, our legs are really important in horse riding. We all know it's us hold on. If we're rising, we stand up, we sit down. So this is going to work all of the muscles in our legs. Now, how can you make it harder? Add some weight. How can you, if you don't have any weight, slow it down. So if you want to go really slow down and really slow up, that's going to make that a lot harder. And that's a way of adding tension without actually adding weight. And again, strengthening those muscles, getting used to control them more, because we have to grip a lot, as I said, as horse riders. So we need to be able to control those muscles up and down as we are exercising. So that's my first one. First one is squat. Our second exercise is going to be a reverse lunge. And here's the thing, right? A lot of people struggle with lunges, and the reason being is they actually stand forward into it and come down, which is actually the hardest version of the lunge. One of the best things to do is start with a reverse lunge, and it'll help you, one, build up balance, because we are using one leg now, to strengthen single legs a little bit more, and three, it also really works your glutes, and our glutes are very, very important to horse riding. I've spoken about this before, you'll see it in different videos. But really, again, this can be started with body weight. You want to step back, you drop your knee as low as you can. Again, you may not be able to go as low as I can, that's fine, and then you swap it over. When you're coming back up, I want you to focus on squeezing the glute to come back up, okay? We want to make sure that is activated. We want to get them moving each time. So that is your reverse lunge. Another really great exercise for us equestrians, especially from a balance perspective and from a perspective of getting those glutes activated. Now, you may find it really, really hard to stay balanced. If you are, hold on to a chair, or you can also pick a point on the wall in front of you and you look down as low as you can and swap it over. Again, if that's not working, hold on to a chair, get that balance, you come down and back up. You gradually build up from taking away the chair, then you can swap, then adding weights, or as well like this, you can really slow it down. You should start with this if you're starting lunges. If you find any other form of lunges more difficult, start with that and then build it up. Really great exercise. As I said, it's more glute focused than the quads. It's going to really help those glutes which we need as horse riders. Okay, third exercise, this is the one that we need weights for, okay? We can't get away with doing this without weights. What you need for that, I've got a set of dumbbells here. You can do it with, as I said, cans, anything like that kind of thing. What we're going to do is, the first thing you want to do is hinge over. So really important when I say hinge over is we're pushing from our hips back. It's like we're coming into a jumping position. You know, we push our hips back to the back of the saddle. We don't dive over the horse. So you're doing that. We're pushing your hips back. You're going to keep your legs slightly bent and your shoulders are back. You're going to pull, squeeze, pull, and squeeze. This is called bent over row. We want to keep our head neutral. If you need to, you can look up. Don't want to be like this. This is the really important part. We're not going like this. That's why I say, like a jumping position, we're pushing our bum back to the back of the saddle. We're in that hinge. We put back and we squeeze. Okay? Why do we want to do this one? It's going to strengthen our back muscles. So we all know when we're horse riding, you might consider these shoulder muscles, but they're your upper back, okay? We want to sit up tall. When we are pulling back, we want to be able to pull from our elbows. Same thing as bend over row, we're pulling from our elbows and not our hands. The more we pull with our hands, the more we use our biceps. There's a tiny muscle here, when this is one of the largest muscle groups in your body. So, if you can learn to engage them, your shoulders are back and down while riding, you pull back, you're going to get a better contact with the horse. You're going to get a better feel, say if you're trying to bend, being able to use those muscles, and you will be stronger when you're holding them back. Because if you're putting all the pressure into your bicep, because these muscles aren't activating, it's a much smaller muscle and it's going to be much harder for you to control the horse. So that's why bent over row is really, really good one. It's really hard to cheat. Same thing, we keep our elbow. We're pulling with our elbow, we squeeze. Imagine you're trying to tap your elbows together at the back. We want to keep them really tight to our side. We're not kind of coming out like this or like that. Going back. Really, really important one. Would be really, really beneficial for horse riding. And it's another one that's great for your posture as well, because it can pull you up. So you're pulling yourself up from there as opposed to trying to lean back while horse riding. It's going to really make a difference. So that's my third exercise. The next two are going to be core exercises, and we'll run through them really quickly now. So, very standard. I know you've probably seen this before and you probably hate it, and it's called your plank. Okay? There's a few options here with this. You can start. Really, you want to start from the floor, engage your core before you lift up, which makes it way harder. You start in your elbows, okay, engage your core, and you can just lift up onto your front of your thighs if you find the normal plank too tough. And then focus on squeezing that core, being able to breathe the whole time as well. So we're bracing, we're not sucking in. Okay, that is what we want to do. A progression from that is we come up onto our toes. Again, we want to engage our core before we step into it. We don't want to climb down into it like this, okay? We want to start from the floor, you suck your belly button in, and you lift up. And you've got a much more engaged core already. Why is this important? Our core is our balance centre. If you don't have a strong core, it can be a lot harder to stay on the horse if it decides to rock you off. But also it can make things like sitting trot, no stirrup work, a lot easier if you do get used to using your core. So that is a really good one for using it. And the second one I'm going to do is also a balancing related one. And the reason I picked that one as well is because, again, with the core, we want to learn to engage it, make sure it's active. You can do all the crunches in the world, your core mightn't switch on, but like if you do a plank properly, after 30 seconds you should be in bits. So the last one is a V-sit hold. So I'm a big fan of this, but a lot of people I know aren't, probably because it's hard. The easiest way to start this is you can have your heels down. You're going to sit up on your tailbone and you're going to lean back until you feel your core engaged. So you have to lean back and hold it there. Again, we want to be breathing the whole time we're doing this. If you want to make it a little harder, we lift the heels up, okay? Try to keep your shoulders back and down, because we don't want to be rounded like this. We want to be shoulders back and down, or holding that up. And again, you can make it harder again by lifting your hands up over your head. Which option you pick is up to you. Again, with this, because we are balancing, you're kind of forced to engage those stabilizing muscles, and the longer you can hold it, better, obviously. But 30 seconds should be good enough. We want to make sure that you're not holding for a minute and crunched up. We want to be open and back like that when we're doing it. Our horse riding, our shoulders are back and down, and I'm really opening up those shoulders, the chest, keep the core engaged. Because if you start to round up like this, you're not really engaging yourself. You want to be back and open and making that core engage. And the reason I picked that one as well as a balance exercise is because, like the previous one, horses we're constantly balancing. We want to put ourselves unstable so we can actually get used to stabilizing ourselves. That's why I show a lot of stuff with the balls as well. It's just really, really, really helpful. And you can put that all together into a small workout, pretty simple. You do 10 squats to 12 squats, 10 each side on the lunges, then you do 15 bent over row, then we do plank for 30 seconds, then you do V-sit hold for 30 seconds, and there you have a full workout. You do that 3 times, and that's a whole home workout you can do. So I really hope this helped. You find it interesting. Let me know, give me some feedback, how you found it, what you thought, what would you change, what did you think, did you learn anything new? Remember, I am taking on online clients in January, so if it's something you are interested in and doing your own personalised program, do drop me a DM here on this page, or the other option as well is you can go onto my website and fill out the contact form. That's www.chrissyhawkins.com. And thanks for joining me, and let me know how you found this video.